Every time you buy something, you pay a tax you never see. Not once a year, not on your paycheck, but every single day. Prices rise, your money buys less, and you're told it's just inflation. But inflation is not the cause. It's the result. Behind it is a quiet system built on three things: VAT, tariffs, and government debt. They don't feel like taxes. That's why they work. So let's step back and ask, how does this system really work? And why do ordinary people always pay the price? Most people believe taxes are something they deal with once a year. In reality, you pay tax every time money moves. Value-added tax is charged at every stage of economic exchange, every time currency changes hands. Here's a simple example. A product is produced for 100. With a VAT rate of 20%, it is sold for 120. That extra 20 goes to the government. The wholesaler then sells it for 144. Again, VAT is added. Again, the government takes its share. By the time the product reaches you, the final consumer, VAT has already been collected multiple times. The business transfers the tax. You provide the money. VAT is powerful and almost indispensable for governments because it is collected without directly confronting the consumer. It's hidden inside prices, blended into everyday transactions, and rarely questioned. As prices rise, VAT revenue rises automatically. Governments don't need to raise tax rates. The system does the work for them. Now let's talk about tariffs. A tariff is a tax on imported goods, applied when products cross national borders. When a country imports a product, its government places a tax on that product as it enters the country. The result is predictable. Prices rise. Businesses pass the extra cost forward. Consumers pay more. Tariffs are often presented as a way to protect local producers. But in reality, they reduce competition, not just prices. When competition weakens, quality declines. Innovation slows. Small businesses struggle, while large firms are more likely to survive. Tariffs don't make products better. They simply make them more expensive. Many people assume taxes are mostly spent on schools, healthcare, infrastructure, and public services. In reality, a significant portion of tax revenue is used to pay interest on government debt. Governments borrow money by issuing bonds, promises to repay borrowed money in the future with interest. Together, these obligations form what we call national debt. Instead of funding new services, a large share of public money is used to service old obligations. Debt doesn't disappear. It's rolled forward. This is why governments can collect VAT, impose tariffs, and still remain deeply in debt. VAT, tariffs, and debt work quietly together. Tariffs raise prices. Higher prices increase VAT revenue. Debt grows, requiring even more revenue to pay interest. None of this feels like a direct tax increase, but together they shape your cost of living every single day. Inflation becomes the final layer, a slow erosion of purchasing power that affects everyone, especially those with fixed incomes. The role of government is supposed to be regulation, to stabilize the economy and act in the public interest. But when regulation fails, or when short-term decisions dominate long-term planning, the cost is transferred to the public. Some crises are real and unavoidable. But when crises pass, taxes, debt, and higher prices often remain. That's why many people feel they are working harder, paying more, and still falling behind, even in growing economies. Hidden taxes don't feel like taxes. That's why they're so effective. VAT, tariffs, and debt quietly raise prices, fuel inflation, and shift the burden of economic decisions onto society as a whole. You don't see them on a payslip, but you feel them in your daily life. And the most effective system is never the one that forces you to pay, but the one that makes you believe nothing is being taken at all. If this video helped you understand how the money system really works, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Here, we break down complex financial systems into clear, practical ideas you can actually understand.